What up? What up? What up? Happy Friday, everybody. We got a lot to cover today. I got like 12 topics. You know what I want to do? Let's have some fun. Let's slow this down a little bit for Friday. Uh for the first 10 minutes of this stream, anybody that sends a super chat, put the time that you think it's going to take, the amount of time to complete this stream, today's stream. The person that makes the closest guess to the end, if you want to join in, if you land like let's say a minute off and you're the closest and the stream ends up being an hour, I will send you triple of what your super chat is. Okay. If you want to join in, I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat. You only got the first 10 minutes of the stream. And shout out to everybody that joins in early. I see God blessed in the chat says I'm here 30 minutes early because this place gets packed. LOL plus that line for popcorn be out of pocket. We don't need a movie preview. Is sorry is true. That's a dope one. I appreciate you. And this was the first person in the chat as well. Good morning to my members. Good morning to the whole chat. Good morning to my mods. I appreciate y'all. So, like I said, we got 12 topics to go over today. I might even throw like a little personal story in there as well. Something I went through for like the last 2 days. Nothing too crazy. I might say that for the end. I got some shout outs that I forgot to do the other day. Some shout outs that I'm going to do at the end of the stream as well. I'm going to do a question to the chat for a movie review and as well as a musical uh, choice to the chat as well. I'm going to save all of that to the end, but let's start getting into the hip hop news first. So, shout out to everybody that's coming on in. Once again, happy Friday. Um, let's bring up the first topic, which is Lil Wayne. Now, I could jump through some of these as fast as possible because we got so many today. I don't know. I'll see how we're feeling because I like times where we do sit down on topics and we take our time, but then when we got a lot of stuff in front of us, sometimes we got to keep it moving. So we'll see. We'll see the vibe. What's up with Lil Wayne though? Is Lil Wayne Lying is in my title. All right, let's see. Did Lil Wayne go 4 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 4? Did he not lie at all? We're gonna answer that at the end of these. So let's pull up the first one. So I think that the original source is that this came from a Lil Wayne interview that might be on Rolling Stones, but he's kicking up a lot of dust behind it. So let's take a look at this first one. Lil Wayne says he didn't know Not Like Us was a Kendrick Lamar Drake diss. All right, so that's the first one. Mind you, people, we could all make the argument at this point that Not Like Us is the biggest hip hop song in hip hop history, right? I didn't say the best. I don't need y'all commenting and chatting and getting at me. The biggest, right? We're talking Grammys. We're talking Super Bowl halftime show. We're talking about lawsuits. We're talking about the dethroning of the current hip hop king. What the most viewed and the most streamed artist of is Drake's. What's his accolades numbers wise? He's got to be like the LeBron of that shit, right? As far as number one in this category, number one in this category, number one Billboard, number one this, just past the Beatles the other day, right? So Kendrick dethrones him. There's all these different things that are tied to Not Like Us that makes it one of the biggest hip hop moments and one of the biggest hip hop songs ever. I'm sharing on my Instagram the little kids in Africa and all these different countries, third world countries and whatnot, doing the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl bopping all that to the song. And it's like that. This is just something epic, right? And to be in hip hop, to be one of our goats, Lil Wayne, and to claim ignorance to it. You don't know nothing about it. You don't know it's a Drake diss. It's just so hard to believe, you know. And then even when we scroll down here, I'm not gonna play it because of the music, but they reminded us of this moment here when Lil Wayne was on stage performing it and changing some of the words. Even to change some of the words within itself tells a tale. Instead of saying they not like us and changing the words that could be a little bit more neutral or not like dissing your friend Drake or your label mate or whatever he is still business wise to you, that tells a tale within itself, right? But let me read a little bit of this. Lil Wayne has addressed his place in Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef and clarified the video in which he was seen rapping an apparent reference to Not Like Us. Yeah, go ahead and clean that up. In a new cover story by Andre Gee or G from, yeah, it's Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone, Wayne stressed that things are fine between him and Kendrick after the mention on Whacked Out Mural. Yeah, we remember that as well. Whacked Out Murals comes out. Wayne tweets a threat to Kendrick, basically, let Giants remain sleeping. I'd be trying to play cool, but yada 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 yada. I didn't think that Whacked Out Murals was a diss towards Lil Wayne. I thought it was like kind of a call out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Wayne, like, why are you not like championing for me? Why are you not rooting for me? Why are you ignoring my hard work? Because when your stuff was ringing off the shelves, I was supportive. When you was talking about retirement, I got that classic video screaming like, no, no, nigga, no, ain't no retirement for you. So, the irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. It's like, I didn't take it as a diss. I took it as a check. Like, yo, remember who I've been to you and don't let yourself get jealous. I took it as a check. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Wayne responded to that on Twitter, right? So we didn't forget that. Whacked Out Murals, which prompted a tweet in which Wayne wrote, "Let this giant sleep." Wayne, who also expressed his disappointment about not being picked to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show this year, was asked about the tweet and appeared not to recall what he was talking about. Yeah, he played stupid in that interview as well. He played stupid in that one as. And how about this? You were so hung up, and you even said that you was mad at yourself for convincing yourself that that spot was yours, right? So when you found out that the spot wasn't yours and that it was going to Kendrick, even though the Super Bowl was taking place in New Orleans, which was your dream performance and dream moment, you didn't have any clue, any understanding as far as the charting song, the viral song, one of the biggest songs out right. You had no clue as to why did they choose Kendrick? No, for this particularly, he was just on there with Dre and 50 and Snoop. And again, now why? You didn't realize that Kendrick's moment and what was going down in 2024 was all eyes on him? I just find that hard to believe, because when you're in a space, you pay attention to the people around you. I'm not saying Lil Wayne needs to know this up and coming artist over here. I'm not saying he needs to know in order the top 10 songs that's out right now. He could be disconnected. He could be, distant. He might be. He's given that explanation before, that I don't want to taint my own artistry or creative thinking by listening to too much of. That's cool, right? But I'm sorry, if I'm RBE, I kind of know what URL is up to. I kind of know what King of the Dot is up to. I kind of know what Chrome 23 is up to. I kind of know what Bags and Bodies is up to, because we're in that space. And these are the top hitters. If I'm Lil Wayne, I might know what's going on with Jay-Z. I might know if Nas got an album coming out. I might have heard Eminem's new single. I might know that Kendrick Lamar got the biggest song out and the biggest wave out right now. I mean, it could be your job to a degree, right? Because I could go through a million reasons why not knowing the landscape can hurt you. But let's continue. And that last statement is damn near defending him, right? I sound like I'm talking about the media because I said he said. Wayne didn't insert himself into Drake and Kendrick's beef, and he wasn't following it either. Even if there was that video of him rapping the chorus, "They Not Like Us." Good job. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. We'll listen to you for the moment. I went on stage and I was singing this song and they thought I was dissing. Well, Wayne, why would they think that you're dissing? If it was a love song, would people think that you're dissing? Let's continue. He said, clarifying that he wasn't aware that it was a diss against his longtime collaborator and friend Drake. "I ain't want my dude to be mad at me. I didn't even know it was Kendrick. You didn't even know it was him." Okay, then distinct voice. Some people hate Kendrick for his voice. Okay, whatever. He added, "If it don't happen on ESPN or FS1, I wouldn't know that it happened." All right, cool. We know you're a sports junkie. It's all good. It's all good, buddy. Like, let's not overdo that one. All right, so that's the first one. I can keep going on that, but we got a lot. Let's just keep going. Let's go to number 2. Let's go. You're just gonna give us 4 all at the same time from the same interview. Okay. What's the fourth one? Lil Wayne reveals he didn't watch Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance. Says he'll no longer consider performing during the Super Bowl. "They stole that feeling. I don't want to do it." So, just in the caption itself, before we even get to some of the further context of what he said in the interview. That alone shows me two points. All right, so you have a distaste or a disdain or issue with now wanting to, because you feel like the moment was spoiled for you. Maybe because it was in New Orleans. You don't know next time the game is going to be in New Orleans. Cool. But then, well, obviously that's compounded by saying they stole that feeling to me. So that makes my point right there. Right. But when you say you didn't watch it, Lil Wayne reveals he didn't watch the So then we got to ask yourself, you being, we just said last joint, this big sports fanatic, right? And a hip hop artist is performing the halftime show. We know wherever Lil Wayne is in the world, he's watching the Super Bowl, big sports guy. But the halftime show comes on, you walk away, you start playing pool, and you're just peeking inside. That's what he's saying in the article, right? In the interview, right? So that shows clearly you had a problem with watching Kendrick Lamar, right? So just come out and take your stance, buddy. Just take your stance. I call him behind the scenes and say, congratulations. And yo, make sure you go kill that shit, right? He said that out of his own mouth. Or fuck Kendrick, or I don't think he deserves it. It should have been me, and my friend is Drake. Pick a position. Pick like where you standing. Just stand there. Just pick. It's okay. And the thing is, he's trying to play both sides. Three sides. One time he's playing the middle. One time he's playing side Kendrick. Other times he's playing side Drake. And that's why he's fumbling over himself. And he's telling us that he has all this disdain without realizing it. And he's damn near backtracking on shit that's already got video, interview, club performance footage on him. You're lying. You're lying. I'm sorry. For me, it's 2 for 2. You're fucking lying. I don't need to read, that the part about, I was just peeking in while playing pool and everything I seen didn't really grab me. Now you're getting into layers of hate. That almost sounds like you don't have to enjoy the Super Bowl performance, but if you tell me you're outside, you peek in. Oh, I don't see nothing from my peeking in that's interesting me. All right, I'm gonna go back to this fuck the halftime show. That just sounds a little And it's not even good to say things like that publicly, because here's the thing. When you got a voice like Wayne's, when you got that much status as a Wayne, when you're in these interviews, they'll tell you from your media training, to avoid stuff like that. Right? If I think one of my peers had a horrible event, I got to choose my words wisely if I'm going to come on camera and I'm going to denounce it or trash it. It's one thing to be 100% media. Then people expect me to say whatever the hell I feel. Right? But if I'm in the space and these are my peers, right? And I come out and I say like, yeah, my event is next month, but that shit that just happened at the Super or whatever, that shit was like, people might look at me side eyes. And I got to remember that, because I'm a player in the space. Not now. I'm just saying hypothetical. Like, I'm making a point. So for me, you 0-2 there, buddy. You 0-2. Let's go to number 3. What's number 3? Number 3 is what's this? Lil Wayne had no idea Ye and Jay-Z's collaborative album Watch the Throne existed. What's that? They did an album? Yo, hold on. Did he say that he knew some of it? What's this? Later in the evening, I referenced Jay-Z and Kanye West Watch the Throne. This is the interviewer. What's that? He asked, staring at another Sports Center replay. Kanye and Jay-Z's album? They did an album? But in the same interview, he said he knew some of the songs like Niggas in Paris and shit, right? So how many times, I don't know if he would say it now, but he's on the record many times, I think, calling Jay-Z his GOAT. So you don't pay attention to your peers that are in the space, people that are just as popular as you, have just as many accolades damn near as you, people that got selected for the Super Bowl. What's the hottest song out, and who got the throne and the spotlight right now, or your favorite rapper, or who you consider the GOAT. You don't watch 0 for 3. 0 for 3, Wayne. 0 for 3. I think he's enjoying this whole I don't know nothing about nothing a little bit too much. I'm not blaming drugs. I see some people probably want to say like maybe he was just high during this interview. No, I'm not blaming drugs. These are intentional answers. Okay. I feel like drugs might make you say worse shit about the truth. He's giving some outlandish lies. Well, I'm not gonna say this is so outlandish because how do I prove that Lil Wayne knew that there was a Kanye and Jay-Z album collaboration? It's just hard to fathom. All right. All right. I got you 0 for 3, buddy. 0 for fucking 3. What's the fourth one? What's the fourth one? Dirk. What's this? Lil Wayne claims ignorance of Lil Durk's arrest despite Free Durk shirts in his dressing room. Now, Lil Wayne served time. Lil Wayne, if you ask him, he probably would claim to be a street nigga. Isn't he a blood? Right? Isn't it big blood? Right? Isn't it a gang member? Right? So you know what a t-shirt means when it says free somebody. Yo, yo, I can't. I don't know what this is about. There are 2 free Lil Durk t-shirts in the dressing room later when I asked Wayne about them. He asked him about them. He tells me he didn't know Chicago rapper was in jail. I mean, I don't even really. I have a bigger point there. I really don't even care if Lil Wayne knows that Durk is in jail or not. I really don't care. I don't care if he doesn't know that Kanye and Jay-Z have an album together either. I don't care. Does nothing for me. All right. I am a little bothered about how he's playing 3 sides and getting caught up in his words and his actions about the Drake and the Kendrick shit. I'm a little bothered by that. It looks a little corny to me, a little weak to me. I'm a little annoyed at his response about the halftime show. You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta watch it. I just I just see the jealousy in it. I see that you called the man and you gave him praise and you said congratulations and you said yo make sure you go kill it, but then you get in these interviews and it's like a jealousy side to you. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my hard work let Lil Wayne down type shit. And that's what annoys me. So I'm not giving no pass to drugs or he forgot or he be so disconnected. This is a pattern of, and we've been seeing it over the years. It's like a pattern of I can't act like I'm aware of big things that's going on as if it makes me look smaller. And I know people that act like that. I know people that act like they don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing what's going on. Oh no, I don't know. I'm so in my own world. Your world is so big, you don't know about Not Like Us dissing Drake. Your world is that. That's I mean, it's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of people that still to this day don't know what Not Like Us is, but they ain't rappers. They ain't hip hop heads. They ain't in the industry. How does that person not know? You don't know why this man's getting nominated, and I could just keep going. So because of the nature of what he keeps showing in recent time, I'm gonna put the Lil Durk on him too. He's 0 for 4. He's 0 for 4 with me, kid. Mm-mm. 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 Once you start them lying trains, your credibility, man, it's like now when we watch you, we gotta factor that in. Kanye, I'm gonna try to move a little bit faster, people. Kanye, because like I said, we got like 12 topics. Kanye, what's he talking about?
I'm so happy right now. You don't understand with this UMG Drake Kendrick situation, Super Bowl Grammys. This shit was driving me, and you know where it should be driving me. But this is one of the biggest, if not, this is the biggest victory in music history right here. I'm never finna call Drake out of his name. I'm Team Drake 100% and Team Kendrick and Team all of us like all of like Kendrick need to be going at UMG at this point. This is what I said in my version of like that. I said Lucian, lifetime deal. Like, let's stop aiming all this at each other. That's all like, bro, you have no idea. Everything is worth everything for a moment like this, where we stop going at each other and we go at the slave masters.
The slave
I'm so happy
master.
right now. You don't understand.
Why you put the emphasis on that last one? What are you auditioning? Like, what's up? What's up, Kanye? as far as 2024 and 2025, who's the last person that should probably say from the hip hop world, hey man, we need to all stop riffing with each other, just all get along and just all collectively make these moves? It's probably Kanye. Like he's on the list, right? Because you're gonna turn around, you're gonna call Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids retard. I don't even know if I should say the word on YouTube, right? That's you. That's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go at Cardi and Drake and Kendrick and UMG and Jay-Z and Beyonce, and the list goes on. This is you. This is your rant. This got everybody looking at you with the loss of all credibility. Nobody trusts you anymore. You've lost a lot of your friends. You've continued to diss Pusha T. You went at him recently. You went at John Legend. You're trying to expose people constantly. You're trying to put out new information on people. Um, you're going through it with all types of people. Okay. And you have the nerve to sit up here and say, let's all get together so that we can go at Lucian and UMG. You know what this looks like once again? It looks like one of the most obvious pieces of Kanye's character that I've always seen in him: selfishness. And I mean, you add the fact that he's a brat. At like literally, I don't even know the last time I said that word, a brat. When's the last time I called somebody a brat? Probably the rapper. Shout out to Shorty. That's probably the last time I called somebody a brat, because you're supposed to call kids brats. He's a fucking brat. You know what I'm saying? So this to me, that's what he's earned himself, because he's too convenient, right? Like 1 second he's dissing Drake, and then the next second he's saying, I want Drake to speak at my funeral. 1 second he's saying Drake is the only person that scared me industry wise, coming into the game wise, and like damn near like as if like you maybe conspiracy tried to block him or harm him with his first video. You know that, right? That you produced, that everybody looked at and said, what the fuck is this piece? Anyway, he admitted out of his own shit that he's jealous of Drake. Next thing you know, he wants to stick up for him. Then it's Kendrick 1 second, and you're doing the not like us, not like us, the like that remix, and you're doing interviews saying I'm here for us collectively to all perform the destruction of Drake, and then a couple months later, it's no. I take that back, people. Fuck Kendrick. It's Team Drake now. So because you're so flighty, because you're gonna change based on what can benefit you, that's the answer. So what you think can benefit people like you is, oh wait, if we collectively come together now and go at them, they could get out of my way. He would want the same thing for the fashion industry. If you're in his way, or if you have a decision making power over him, like Adidas or UMG or people in the fashion industry, you know what's going to happen? He's going to flip out on you and say you don't have the answers. But some of these people are giving you great advice. And fast forward, didn't Kanye come out years later and say he was wrong in that interview with Sway by lashing out and saying that? Turns out that maybe Sway did have some of the answers, and he doesn't even have half of what you have. That takes me back to my point that I had in my stream the other day about math, saying like it's never about what somebody has. You can't compare what you have versus what somebody else has to say this is what's going to make me listen to you or not. Sway is Sway. He's an accomplished legend in the hip hop space. But Sway's success and accomplishments, Kanye's success and accomplishments. Yet Sway is giving you some fucking good advice. This brat, this fucking brat. So I don't want us listening to him either when it's time for him to say, hey, let's all kumbaya and let's go at UMG now. And let me put this disclaimer there. This is far from UMG's first lawsuit, the thing with Drake. It's really the first time we're paying attention to UMG. Well, definitely me. I didn't know the name Lucian until Kanye said it in an interview amidst all of this. Now I'm following the lawsuit. But there's other lawsuits that UMG has had in the past. I think there's one that they're fighting right now with, was it Limp Bizkit, right? I don't think that UMG's hands are clean in these situations. I don't. I don't. That doesn't necessarily mean that your motives for going at them are not personalized. And that's what I see in this selfish, self-centered, opportunistic brat. There's a rant for you, for the Kanye fans. Clip that. Somebody clip that and upload it as a short. Shout out to Quarter Lab, man. They do my shorts for me. Kanye. Speaking of the UMG stuff and the Drake stuff, easy transition there. Of Did y'all see this? Universal warns Drake, be careful what you wish for, as rapper updates complaint to target Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl show. So, did y'all see our stream from what was it, yesterday or the day before? We read through the amended complaint. All right. It went from like 81 pages to like 107 pages, right? They added a lot of stuff. They added Grammys talk. They added the Super Bowl stuff and how they were harmed by that. They had a lot of stuff that happened after, obviously, the initial complaint was put in. So the discovery process, as many times as we're going to say, it's going to be intense. There's going to be a lot to be said, shown, displayed, possibly from both sides, right? But I don't see how much discovery UMG needs from Drake. I can't understand what they would ask him for, because it's a I'm the boss, and what's happening with you I'm already aware of, I already signed, or it's my deal, right? So I just don't know what UMG is going to be asking Drake for. There's some stuff I definitely would be asking him for in Discovery, but if I had to make up a number right now, I would say 80-20, right? 80-20. And UMG being the 80 is going to have to produce and show a lot of stuff, a lot of documentation, a lot of contracts, a lot of numbers, a lot of this, a lot of that. Kendrick's contract, all of this type of stuff. And within all of that, here's an interesting take for you people. Within all of that, you know what you do if you're UMG, hence a warning like this. Be careful what you ask for, because what UMG is alluding to is the discovery will show things. They're saying it goes both ways. So what they're alluding to is that where we may not be clean, hence is what you got us here for, but you damn sure dirty as well, right? So if you're UMG in this discovery, you know what you do? You provide a lot of stuff that puts Drake in a light, or reminds him or shows him initially of things that are just foul natured on his side too. Absolutely. You show him that stuff. You show his lawyer that stuff. If any of that gets out to the public, so be it. I don't think that discovery is available to the public, but you got leaks, you got somebody that speaks to the media, and then for nothing else, you're showing it to Drake, and here's the thing about these lawsuits. Sometimes people don't necessarily know what's going on with the other side until you're in it. Okay? Like, let's say a battle rap league sues me, right? They may think, I know this, I know this, I'm aware of this. This was already public. He's aware of that, yada, 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 yada. But you have no clue of all the private stuff things I never spoke about, things that people have sent me, people that don't fuck with you, people that are upset with you and say, hey, here's this text message, here's this email, here's this time they did this, here's this phone call recording, here's this video. I'm not sure if you saw this. Here's this video that never came out. Did you ever see this? This is a wild accusation. Like, that's what happens, right? And I'm not trying to say that a bunch of anti-Drake people are now running to UMG, even though there's people that are probably with UMG. Preserving UMG benefits them. So that automatically makes Drake their enemy too. There's people that eat with UMG. But aside from that, UMG is in a position where they could turn around and say, yo, you see that bot claim that you got? Let me show you how much money we spent on your album release. So I'm showing you now, I spent $5 million promoting Not Like Us. But when Scorpion dropped, I spent $13 million. And some of that might not be clean, right? Actually, some of that I even put directly in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Or some of that money that I got from that payout that year, as per the payola that you think, I paid to you. You walking around with that money, dirty money. Like you just never know, right? So indeed, if it was me, and if I'm UMG, And if this is the case, because nobody, but like 50 Cent said, nobody believes that this is the first time that something like this happened. Nobody. It's not just for Drake. Maybe it's different levels, but come on. So for UMG to put out that warning, I'm sure they got a ton of shit too. It's just that they're the defendant, right? They're not suing anybody, but your defense could still show like you are exposed, you are dirty, you have payola related money, you have this, you have that, you have bots. Drake, do you want that out, or do you want that coming into court? It's going to be a jury selective trial as well if they make it to trial, right? Didn't we see that? I'm just saying, be careful what you ask for. Is very, 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 very true. Very true. And if you're not sure what you think somebody else has, take a step and think about what you might be exposed to. Like, damn, there's a lot out there on me. There's a lot out there on me that I might not even know about. I should probably think about this a little bit deeper. So, and that last comment I said is in general. As far as Drake, they're full throttle, it seems. So it is what it is. A lot of money on the table between this situation, so I'm not shocked. Let's jump to Diddy. Shout out to the super chats and shout out to the members and shout out to any of the how long is the stream gonna be to try to win me paying you triple of what your super is. One in here I see is 45 minutes. I don't think we're gonna make 45. I think we're gonna pass that. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to Diddy. What's going on with Diddy? There's a news Friday, y'all, so I'm trying to move through this cleanly. Cassie is trying to kill Diddy's request for her book bank statements. I really could stop there. Let's read the rest of the caption. Hashtag Cassie says Diddy is fishing around, demanding she turn over her bank statements and a book she wrote about him. And she wants a judge to put the kibosh on his legal requests. Full story at the link in bio. Shout out to TMZ. Y'all see that, huh? Y'all see what's happening there, right? All right, let's start with the book. If you're in the book, giving praise to Diddy, my lawyers will use that. If you're in the book talking shit about me, my lawyers will use that. All right, there's angles to find stuff in the book to use. Think about, I keep lately, because of all this legal shit going on, we keep referencing Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves. Think about one of the angles against the little girl when she was on the stand as a defendant, right? They were going at her. Keanu Reeves was going at her to prove that she had issues with the teacher outside of the allegations. Like, don't you pass letters back and forth in class calling him a fat pig and all this type of stuff, right? Now, this type of stuff that's in the book, and then you start putting timelines to it. Now you start questioning things like backstabbing and not extortion, but bleeding him, right? So imagine a situation like this. Imagine in the book you say, in 2022, I hate this man. I hated this man. But in 2023, the bank statements show you accepted a car from him, or he gave you $100,000 and you bought a car with that money. He gave you this for a house. So it's just like, think about what a lawyer is going to do with that. A lawyer is going to paint a picture of you being what we already see coming, a person that was there for money. Before the video came out, remember, people, before the video of Cassie came out getting beat up in that hallway in that hotel, remember, the public general opinion was like, she out here looking for money, man. Another girl, blah, 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 blah. Because that's a bad stereotype to have on y'all, but some women have earned it, unfortunately, right? Yeah, I remember Slim Thug. He had to retract. Some people ended up putting out an apology to Cassie. Like, damn, now that I see the video, my bad, shorty. Think about it. But the lawyers are still going to paint that angle. It's still a huge defense to use. This woman used me. This girl was here for the bag. All the sex tapes, they're all consensual. She got all these lavish gifts from me. She's claiming, or she's taking a stand talking about he beat me this year, but the book says after that we clearly had this fun, or this vacation we took after that. Look at us all having a freak off and smiling. Like, you gotta punch holes. If I can say some of this stuff, like, what do you think his dream team lawyers are doing right now? Just putting Brian Steele on the team and all that? Yes. Bank statements, gifts, money, timelines, statements, book, things that you put in your book. It's all fair game to be used against this woman. And you want to know what's fucked up? From a moral standpoint, most of us is going to say, yo, we saw the video though. That woman got her ass whooped, nigga throwing vases at her and all that type of shit. And we assume allegedly that that's not the first time that that happened. So, damn, like, to me, it's like there's no way around that. It's foul. But then remember this, he's not being charged for that. That's not what this trial is about. Okay. That video is to be used for painting a picture of him, I believe, and to add to other, layers of evidence, you know? But he's not facing assault charges for hitting on her a couple years ago in a hotel. That's not his charges. And then on top of that, it's the timelines will always matter. You said, I did this here, but look at us over here. Book, bank statements. If he can get his hands on them, yeah. Diddy still got all this money, people. He still got all this fucking money. Jay-Z is going to send the private investigators to your house to record you. Diddy is going to go try to fish out your bank statements. Like, money is power, man. Money is power. You're going to hire the best teams and investigators. He's literally fighting for his life. You don't care about his cars and cribs right now. He's fighting for his life. So everything is going to be a go for him. Everything. And speaking of Diddy, let's pull up some paperwork real quick. So he's got, his docket is crazy, man. I went to it this morning, and just for yesterday alone, which was the 17th, there was like over 10 new entries. I was just like, what the hell? It's very active docket right now, very active case. There's a lot of motions going in right now. This one right here that you guys see on the screen, pretty much it's a motion submitted to suppress the allowance of, speaking of that video, to be brought in. Okay, he's trying to stop that video from being brought in. Now, remember what we heard recently about that video a couple weeks ago. They were trying to get it invalidated in total because they're saying it was edited, right? There's video portions that might have been cut out of it. There's video pieces that might have been sped up. There's more to it. I mean, if you're talking to me and I'm the judge, I say, I really don't care what was sped up, what was taken out. I still clearly see you slamming, dragging, kicking, stomping, throwing vase. Like, those things still happened. But I get to also play the position, if I'm Diddy's defense, saying, well, with it being sped up and altered, it kills the validity of this piece of evidence, right? You just can't do that. If you're gonna have something for a car accident or whatever, leave it as raw video, people. Don't fuck with it. Don't touch it. Don't alter it. Don't edit it. Don't take the volume out. Don't speed it up. Don't slow it down. Don't cut out the piece where you were talking in the beginning. If you were saying some wild shit in the beginning, that got to be part of it. That got to be part of it. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to get this shit suppressed. And if I'm Diddy's team, of course, on May 17, 2024, CNN published a video, the CNN compilation purporting to show a March 2016 incident between Mr. Combs and, they're still redacting her name. People, courts, we're still doing that? All right, y'all got it. In the Intercontinental Hotel, based on the surveillance footage CNN purchased from, that I want to know, who'd you get it from exactly? The video of immediately and dramatically turned the tide of public opinion against Mr. Combs. But unbeknownst to the viewing public, the video was heavily and deceptively edited by CNN. CNN turned approximately 10 and a half minutes of footage into a 48-second out of order clip that ended with Combs appearing to drag whoever that redacted person is to a hotel room. The edited version painted Mr. Combs in the worst possible light. Are they going to get in this trial and say, like, CNN took out the footage of when she started the whole thing? She really dragged him first and punched him in the face, and then they changed the order of it as well. Like, no, she dragged me. That's how I ended up in this towel and all. She threw my clothes away and all that. None of that is in the footage. Wow. But yeah, turning 10 and a half minutes into 48 seconds, that's I would have an issue with that if I'm Diddy as well, because I'm just like, that's pure exploitation to me. It's like CNN is content based just like any other platform. That's like exploitation. It's like, damn, like you did that to me. I mean, but that's the keyword juicy part that the public will go crazy over. But yes, they're right. It 100% turned all public opinion for Diddy in one swipe. One swipe. It did. So they're trying to stop that from coming in, people. Um, I don't believe that there's an update yet as to a decision on whether it could come in. I believe that Diddy is also requesting in that motion a pre-trial to present reasons why um, that footage shouldn't come in. So we're going to monitor that. And staying with some of the updates on his docket, we write to update Your Honor regarding a request for an adjournment of the trial currently scheduled for May 5th, 2025. This court ordered that if the defense was considering an adjournment to make the application within 48 hours of our conference on Monday, April 14th, 2025. We noted for the court and the conference counsel stated we may ask for a short 2-week adjournment. We have discussed multiple times the possibility of a 2-week adjournment with the government, which they oppose. And this line right here is really what matters the most to me. We spoke to the government today and have requested instead a 2-month adjournment. So that's another thing that's coming into this case recently. They're trying to push the trial date back. So 2 months from May, obviously we're moving into July. If this gets approved by the judge, makes sense. Makes sense for a couple big reasons that we're seeing. One would be the superseding indictment, right? Makes sense. There's new victims in the superseding. It wasn't like victim 4 injected into the last or third superseding indictment for the first time, right? So now you have new victims to worry about, new evidence and discovery that might come your way that you need to prep for. You got some people that take the position like a superseding indictment that close to the trial date from the government side, that's not really good. That could look like you guys are still getting your shit together last minute, or throw this in as well. It's like the trial is right around the corner. Superseding indictment, new shit. Like, did somebody change, their position to y'all? Did somebody all of a sudden start remembering things or forgetting things or whatever? And then not just that, like there's a lot of motions going on for changes, like we just discussed, even with that video footage coming in. Like I think Diddy, after failing to get bond, right? He doesn't want to. Wasn't there the speedy trial thing? Right? He doesn't want to sit there and await trial while his lawyers go through all this prep for 2 years. I don't think Diddy wants to do that. I think he's showing that. You know what I'm saying? I think he wants to get out as fast as possible. Most of us would. But at the same time, you got to give your attorneys the time that they need to put up the best defense possible, which means investigation, homework, understanding what the government is coming with, getting into the weeds of the new superseding indictment and putting up defenses for that. And speaking of all of that, you got Brian Steele, right? That's the second one. Him just coming into your legal team now as well. Well, he needs to come up to speed. I know we all, marvel over his name because of how he handled the YSL and the Young Thug plea, which is like at the end of the day, there was murders and those type of shit in YSL. And shit, he's walking around attending Lakers games or Golden State games right now. I saw that. So everybody's just like, shit, Brian still did it. He did his thing. But he's not Superman. Like Brian Still might have just worked magic for Young Thug. He might be on a losing team for Diddy. You never know. You never know. So if the man is that good, especially in his trial debate and presentation, right? Which I think is one of the great reasons to have him, because his presentation is stellar. Then he needs an opportunity to get fully in the weeds with the rest of the team and all the details. What we see is 2% of what's going on behind the scenes. Brian still comes into your team. You know what he needs to do? We probably got this office space that we're renting out for a whole year to meet up every day. This is our full-time job, the Diddy case. Whatever lawyers, investigators, and surrounding people are a part of this defense. We meet here every day at 7 a.m. and we stay here until we got to burn the midnight candle, right? Every day. This is why Diddy's paying us millions of dollars. Okay. So Brian still walks into that office. You know what happens? They dump all the fucking paperwork on the table, say, here you go. Show them all the charts, show them all the timelines. These are all the witnesses that we know about. This is the shit that might come up that nobody knows about, that we got to be careful of. These are our good defenses. These are the stuff that we haven't put together yet. Go spend a month catching up alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, people. It's a lot. So the pushing back of Diddy's trial would make a lot of sense for multiple reasons. Okay. Next up. Damn, I'm really trying to not stay too much in the weeds because, like I said, we started with like 12 topics and we're moving kind of fast. Why do I have Akademiks up here? Well, let me start by playing it first and then we'll get to it.
Yo, every place I normally go, and I go to the Barclays, I go Madison Square Garden, I do go to places in New York, but I never announced it. Everybody knew. I even had a stream. My stream that day was called, I'm gonna stream an hour before I go to the Vibes Cartel concert, which was at the Barclays. So I made like this real public announcement. I'm gonna be there, which I never do, but it's Vibes Cartel, my favorite artist. So now when they tell me this, I'm like, somebody must have told him I was gonna be there, because I don't know no hip hop police to tell him. Like, and if they're asking people who they feel is associated with me, because that's what they told, they were like, yo, bro, we're not trying to get locked out of places. We're not trying to get blah, 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 blah. We're not trying to, like, it ain't like that. Yo, we don't want police to be involved with our shit, and they talking about you. And I'm like, what the fuck? Talking about me? But it's hip hop police. So I was like, all right, I'm down to, you know, me and Meek got on the phone one time with Savage. Like, it went bad afterwards, but I'm like, yo, I'm not really trying to, like, nobody's never done nothing to me. Like, they never put hands on me, nothing like that. So I don't want to put police on y'all. Like, bro, we could just ignore each other. Y'all leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I'll stop talking about y'all. Y'all don't tweet about me. And let's do that. But I was just shocked that hip hop police will be on to that.
Man, check this out. Listen, man.
Chill out, Whack. All right. I hope I gave enough context. You know, we were just talking about the other day. It's messed up and foul when people just clip your little piece and, you know, there's no context to what you said. It's foul to do that to people. So I hope there's some context there for y'all. I'll try to add a little bit more. He was on the phone with Whack 100 and he's talking about going to the Vibes Cartel concert, and said he bumped into some dream chasers. And the dream chasers told him, yo, there's hip hop police here. And, you know, the issue that you and Meek are having, we need to try to get back on the phone again and address that, because these hip hop police is putting pressure on us where it's like we won't even be able to come to certain venues and whatnot because of y'all issue. And people know that you were coming here, which then creates the hip hop police to be on alert. Meek might be there, Akademiks might be there, right? So I believe that that's the context. Hopefully I caught it. And the only issue that I had with watching this clip was Akademiks he just changed to the other side so too easily for me to validate why he has been that invested in the trashing or the outing or the killing of Meek. That's what gets me. You know what I'm saying? So think about it like this. If you have an enemy, and I believe he's on record saying in the past that one of his biggest things with Meek was Meek threatened him physically, saying that when I get off tour, I'm coming to your crib, right? That's a threat. Like, once you start threatening, when you start talking about trying to drop people's locations, talking about coming to somebody's crib, you're going to put hands on them. There's certain words you could say, SMD. There's certain things that you could do where it's just like, even though we don't like each other and we've been getting at each other on the internet, This is yet another line or a different level that has just been crossed. And they've already crossed that between each other. You see what I'm saying? So my thing here is, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. If you bump into somebody, whether it's the hip hop police, dream chasers, or both, and it's like, look, man, we gotta figure this out because shit. Now the hip hop police is even stopping us from trying to come to certain venues. Like, yo, you know what? Nobody put no hands on me, whatever. Yeah, we can figure it out, right? It's good to do that. Don't misconstrue. I'm not here to promote beef. I think if you could settle your issues, you only live once. Settle them bitches. My issue though with this is still, you went so heavy though to kill this man's career. If we go look at all the Meek and Akademiks content, this man literally jumped at every opportunity to try to kill Meek Mill's career. And I believe he's even taking claim to affecting and being a part of Meek's decline. Tried to do it to Lil Baby as well, right? And if you got a personal beef with the man and you feel like this is your attack, so be it. But if that's all it takes to reverse Uno that shit and just say, look, man, we get on phone, we can stop this shit, then why would you take that position so heavy prior? Because I just feel like when you take those type of positions, the beef got to be at that level. It's got to be serious. Remember the clip that we played of Dave Chappelle? Stopping a man from eating is akin to killing him. Akin to killing him. So if I'm going at that level at you, I don't got an off switch that's that easy to flip. And I might have to stay there permanently, to be honest. So moments like this show me that Akademiks could go to DEFCON 3, DEFCON 4, and he's not even fully standing on it. And that's, I just don't think that that's safe for somebody that has a platform that has that much strength, because you can pick a target, not really be that invested where it's that much, I'm standing on this, fuck him. Go after somebody, try to take the food out of their mouth, try to kill their career, put all types of narratives on them, take every opportunity to kill them, trash them, and get them up out of the industry. But in a split second, like, it ain't that serious. We could be cool again, or we could at least talk about it. I'll go my way, you go your way. Then what you did was you was using a level that you wasn't supposed to be operating at. And to me, once you have to know when to invoke certain levels. People, please take this advice. Don't just tell somebody suck my dick because you didn't like their tweet, because you don't know if that person, that faceless person, is going to cross paths with you in the street and hit you behind your fucking head. Remember that what you tweeted? I don't even know you, but remember that tweet? Like, use like be in enough control of yourself to use the levels required based on what you are facing. If everything is war to you, then you don't really know how to war. That's my point. Let me get off this topic before I get frustrated. I felt the frustration building up just now. I felt it. I was like, oh shit, chill out, y'all. It's like the Bruce Banner. I feel the turn happen a little bit. And she got him behind the counter. She's like, don't turn. That's Age of Ultron for y'all. But anyway. All right, what's next? We're gonna do some movies in a second, by the way. Stay with me. They say Michael B. Jordan got punked. They say he ducked the fade and got pressed. I'll give you my reaction to it. Let's play it.
Fade Munger in the building. What up, man? Can I get that Creed fade? Oh, man, my nigga Tracy. Oh. All right, you shook his hand. What's up now, then? You ducking the fade. I knew you was ducking, bro. Michael Buster Jordan. Fade Munger in the.
Okay. I want to send this across my desk too, huh? Okay, cool. Michael B. Jordan. He just got punked out, right? Ducked the fade, right? He's a sucker, ain't he? Really? Really? I can go to the other person first, and then I'll get back to Michael B. Jordan. The other person, whoever's behind the camera. If you have that amount of an issue with somebody, there he is. He briefly acknowledged you for a second in the beginning. He walked right past you, arm's reach, and then 5 feet from you, he stood with his back turned. If you really have an issue, if you really need that much of a fade from this man, there he is. There he is. Go take your fade. Which makes moments like that look like clout. Clout. Why's the phone up in the first place? If you beat the shit out of him, you want the assault on your camera? You want the intro of you provoking him on camera too, huh? Because that'll play in court. Like, yeah, I turned around, I invoked Creed, and I beat the shit out of him. Right? And because people like that might sue. And then you happen to have the footage that's out for all of us to see that you provoked him. You started it. So that's my second issue with this guy. Okay? Michael B. Jordan. Take this as a teachable moment, people. That's what you're supposed to do. Evade problems when you can. You want to know what I probably would have done if I could have clicked it in my brain? I probably would have even tried to walk around the car the other direction. I probably would have been like, oh, this guy got an issue with me. I'm just going to walk over here. If he walk up on me, different story. Different story. Especially if we're in a stand your ground state. If you try to hurt me, it's a different story. But as far as evading, even legally, trying to evade a problem works for you in court. I'm gonna walk this way. You got it, G. I'm not running. I'm not hiding. I'm not racing. At the time, I even had my back to you, pussy. I'm not calling the cameraman a pussy. I'm just saying. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna go this way though. Come tap me on the shoulder and let's see how this goes. You see what I'm saying? And what does Michael B. Jordan have to lose? We're out here with TMZ and paparazzi and all this shit. You got a camera in my face too. Throw it all away for you because you're asking me to give you what you've seen 3 movie episodes of me do in Creed or some shit. You want me to go act the scene with you now. You deserve that from me, right? Just because you want to fight don't mean I should give you a fight. They say all fades is mandatory. Yeah, I think based on like the culture that you're in, like gang culture, for example, right? Or if you're starting problems, right? The all fades is mandatory is cliche. Okay? Here I am, Michael B. Jordan, walking out of a restaurant. Here goes some random guy with a phone in my face saying, hey, man, can I get that Creed fade? All fades is mandatory. So that's all it takes to get me in a street fight, to risk my whole career, my family, and my freedom. That's all it takes to kill everything that I built in my whole life and career is for me to walk outside of a restaurant and somebody to say, hey, I see you in Creed. Can I get the same fade? That's all it takes. If that's all it takes, then I'm going to get tried every fucking corner I turn because somebody's going to want that clout from me. So Michael B. Jordan did the right thing. If he did anything wrong, it was turning his back for a moment. But as far as walking away and ignoring that man, don't be that person on the internet saying, ooh, Michael B. Jordan, Dr. Faye. Grow the fuck up. And look at the factors involved here. This is what we're doing. You know, it reminds me of that footage a little bit because this could have happened. This can happen to y'all, clout chasers, right? Or fade requesters. Remember that footage of the dude that seen Gunna walking out? This was after Gunna was released, right? From what people say was him telling, or you know, that thing that he did, right? And here he is. He's got Gunna behind him in the background. He's like, look at Gunna, look at the rat, look at the snitch or whatever, right? And one of the Gunna security guards walked up on him and said, "What'd you say? What'd you say? Say it again. What was that you just said?" And dude didn't have shit. He couldn't say it again. He didn't say it again, did he? That dude was ready to crash for Gunna. Imagine if dude would have sat there and be like, what? I'll say it again. He a rat. The dude would have put hands and feet on him. And the guy's ass whooped for clout chasing. For clout chasing. That's what that looks like to me. That I'm gonna treat you the same way. As long as I got my space, I'm fine. I just need my space. I don't want to, as long as I'm not in arm's reach of you, right? Like, say what you want. I'd rather play defense. I'd rather be able to tell the courts that I was going this way or I was standing here, my ground, and he walked up on me. I'd rather that. I would rather that, man. Go ahead and request your fade, man, and put me in a spot where I can just also make sure I don't have to spend no fucking years in jail behind it. Do better, actually. Stop just randomly asking people for fights because of your own bullshit, okay? You got to find something better to do. That person in life can't be successful if you're willing to just stand in the middle of the street and just beg a fucking celebrity for a fight. That person cannot be successful. No way. No way. And that might have been his meal ticket that he was looking for right there. What did Dame do? Is this new or is this old? This came across me recently, though. I got a quick reaction to this, but let's play it.
Yeah, when Jay did a project with R. Kelly, knowing that he had raped Aaliyah. How much more of that? You know what I'm saying? What would you need? So your supposed best friend, partner, does a project with someone that he knows raped your partner's girl when she was a child. And you still say, I had nothing to do with me, I'm going to still get money with him. Yeah, when Jay did a project with R. Kelly.
All right. I said it before, man. Jay-Z's my GOAT, but I am not a defender of any man's wrongs or personal life, so to speak. And I don't know what Jay did and what he didn't do. Y'all have heard me take that position a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jay-Z's hands are clean. You don't get to where he's gotten to without doing some dirt. He might have done some wrong things to Dame. Dame might have did some wrong things to him. I think their split is also justified just based on their differences in personality. Like Jay said, had to get off the boat so I could walk on water. But all the other stuff that they've done, and Dame coming up here and saying stuff like this, like, yo, you are my girlfriend, and you continue to get money with R. Kelly. You know, let's talk about the Best of Both Worlds albums and tours. They did 2 albums, right? If Jay was with Aaliyah when she was too young, it's wrong. There's no other way to paint that. It's nasty. It's disgusting. And if he can be held accountable for it, then he should be. Doesn't seem like anything's going to ever come Jay-Z's way from it if that were true, right? But here's the thing. It's like the person that's bringing the news, they got to pay attention to the spot that they're in and the role that they play, because somebody could easily call you an enabler. It's that classic picture that we see. What's it like? Jay-Z and Dame and Aaliyah at the Diddy party in the big white bed, right? Dame said stories that they both went at her that night, and he was the one that won. So that's kind of a contradiction. Like, that's literally on footage. Like, Dame saying it was like the best man win. Like, Jay-Z lost and he won from that night of the bed, right? I'll say allegedly, because Dame might be trying to sue people right now too. I'll say allegedly. But that's kind of a contradiction to me, right? It's either he did something in the past and then you came later on, or you got to stand on the footage of you saying we both went at her and I'm the one that landed her. Little weird. Here's the second issue that I have with Dame here. And I'm not a Jay-Z defender. I'm just calling it like I see it. The second issue that I have is, if he did that, and if you felt that horribly towards it, then why did you stay there to continue to earn and be a part of that movement and money and situation for Rockefeller? Why didn't you remove yourself? You're saying he should have removed himself from R. Kelly because Jay-Z should have known about R. But did you remove your, like, I'm confused. I'm confused. No? Is it just me? All right. Jay, you with her? I mean, not with her. You with R. Kelly, knowing what he did? People in the chat, I know everybody would say no. If you knew somebody committed SR, statutory R, right? Don't even have to be just flat out R, just statutory R, right? Which is disgusting. Would you continue to make money with them, do business with them, and hang around them? Everybody in the chat's going to say no, right? So we got to ask our question. If you knew this and then you seen him sign the dotted line with R. Kelly, what was your reaction? Was you at any of them concerts? Was you at any of them shows? Was you backstage? Was you on tour with them? Don't make me start Googling right now. Dame, Jay-Z, and R. Kelly together. Fuck it, I got to do it. Dame dash Jay-Z R. Kelly. There better not be no pictures of y'all together. And you better not be at the Best of Both Worlds concert and shows and all of that. I'm not seeing any just yet. Wait, what's this? Oh, Dame. Yeah, the shit with Diddy, Dame, Aaliyah, and Jay. All right. At brief look, at least I don't see any pictures of the three people together. R. Kelly, Jay, and Dame. I better not. There better not be. If I wanted to lay on this topic, I would bring up all that investigative backdrop. But we're in news mode, so I'm going to leave it alone. But the point still stands, Dame. You better have been away from Jay-Z the moment that you've seen R. Kelly and Jay-Z hanging out then. That's the point. Yeah, let's bring this one up briefly, man. This is unfortunate. So y'all saw about the school shooting, right? Very unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. 17-year-old taken into custody following Dallas high school shooting. According to Dallas Morning News, 17-year-old Tracy Haynes Jr. has turned himself in after shooting and injuring at least 5 students at Wilmer Hutchins High School. A surveillance video detailed in an arrest affidavit obtained by CBS News shows a student allowing Haynes Jr. to enter the school. So let's look at some of the footage. So we heard this news, but you know how it goes. The longer something is out after it's happened, the more the videos put together, the corroborations of stories and all this.
Adding he approached one student and appeared to take a point-blank shot. The teenager booked on a felony charge of aggravated assault, mass shooting. Under Texas law, he's considered an adult.
One thing he said when we was in my office was,
aggravated assault, not attempted murder?
I don't want to get killed.
Anton Lucky, who leads an anti-violence community organization, says he met with the alleged shooter and helped facilitate the teen's surrender. Adding he approached one student and appeared to...
I love all my peoples, man. Told me he was going to kill me. All these told me they was going to kill me. Look what happened. I love my Sandra. I love the behind this camera. I love Yana. I love my nieces and nephews. All of them. I want everybody to know I love them. People named that I didn't name, trust me, I love you. I can't think right now, but I love y'all. This is my last time I'll be seeing y'all. Last time talking to y'all. Excuse my language, but I love y'all. I know I was wrong for what I did, but I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. I'll be damned if one of us get buried again. I'm tired of us getting buried and nobody doing about it. My mama gone. My granny gone, everybody gone that I love. So I can't go. I can't go. I'd rather y'all see me like this, locked up, than y'all see me dead in the ground. And I know that's really what y'all, come on now. I know y'all don't want to see me dead. Come on now. Kill myself, but I know that's not what y'all want me to do. So let's be for real, y'all. I love all my.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking to see. A young kid, 17 years old, right? At least from what he's saying in this video, you know, he's probably gone through a lot behind the losses of people like his grandmother and his mother. A lot of people have, you know what I'm saying, to be fair. But it's a 17-year-old kid, and he seems like he's alluding to a beef. You know, he's saying like, I had to get them before they got me. I'm not going in the ground is what, like, you know, as the developments of this story continue, if it becomes, you know, the 5 people that were shot were absolutely not random, and I'm not justifying it, but like, let's say if it comes out that the 5 people that he specifically targeted were like gang members or people that he was into it with, or, you know, it just shows the cycle that some of our children are in and how much we need to stay close to them as possible, man, because some of these kids are beefing at this level. They're picking up guns at teenage years, sometimes even earlier than that, and school is the easiest place to beef in. It's the easiest place because some people drop out literally because of beef, or literally when they join gangs, not just because it's like fuck school, but sometimes it's just like, this is my known location, right? Certain people that beef or in gang shit, they can't have certain jobs because it's like, yo, somebody just pull up on my job. I'm here 9 to 5 every day, right? So school is just, it's hard to have those type of problems. And then how many times we got to hear these kids bringing mommy and daddy's gun to school, or bringing their own gun to school or whatever, because that's where my ops is. Like that's where my fucking ops is. And I'm here Monday through Friday. Imagine being around your ops Monday through Friday. You got Bloods and Crips that are at least neighborhoods over, and they don't see each other all this fucking time unless they go hunting for each other, bump into each other at the mall or some shit like that. Imagine your parents saying, take your ass to school, and your ops is there Monday through Friday. So then how do you avoid it? Us trying to keep these kids away from the wrong people and out of these gangs and out of these beefs. And it's not easy. You could put the metal detectors in the school. You know what I'm saying? You could pat everybody down. You could do all these measures that you claim are not to strip us of our rights or to try to make it a safe place or whatever. George Carlin once said, any place that has too much access will never be secure or safe. He was talking about that in a skit about 9/11. And no, actually, I think he said it before 9/11 about airports. He was saying airports and the way that they take you through security and everything are really just to mind fuck you and remind you that you're under control, right? He said, why? Because there's thousands of people that have access to these restricted, keyword restricted. Look at the double on that, the fucking hypocrisy in that. Restricted, thousands of people access that have access to these restricted areas. So if you need a knife in there, if you need a razor in there, if you need a gun in there, it will be there. Jails are the same thing. Prisoners in jail, they got phones, they got knives. There's been guns in jail before. Google it. They got contraband. They got everything that they need in certain places, right? Who's bringing it in? Sometimes it's visitors. Sometimes it's the COs. Sometimes it's this. Sometimes it's that. Any place that has too much access, you can't control it. So you go ahead and you put that metal. You know how many clubs I've been to that had metal detectors or you know what? Let me shut up. You know what I'm saying? So I think before you try to tell me about the metal detectors at school or the lean on me chains on the doors, it always is going to start at home. And sometimes the parents can't control it either because they do a grade A+ job and the kids still are influenced once they leave that house. But I'm interested to see if there's more motive to it. It doesn't justify the fact that this kid hit 5 people. But damn. Yeah, I had this one coming right after that because it's definitely on a lighter note. We had to lighten that up a little bit. Great news. Peep this. Y'all see that? Nas announces new album with DJ Premier and 6 other projects from rap legends. 7 new albums, 7 iconic acts. Nas and DJ Premier. You put those 2 guys together, how do you not have a classic? Nas and DJ Premier, cut it out. Mobb Deep, Ghost, De La Soul, Big L, Raekwon, and the epic return of, I don't even know who that is. I didn't even Google it or look around yet. So I want to know who that is. The epic return of who? If I had to put those in order of the top 3 I'm looking forward to, fuck. Ghost would make an argument for my first place, but because I kind of put, you don't know how I treat Ghost, man. Ghost is like, but it's Nas plus DJ Premier. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Nas and DJ Premier as number 1. Okay, Ghost number 2. I damn near struggled with him not being a number 1. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Ray. I just don't know what's out there on Big L. You know, he passed a long time ago. You know, I love to hear Big L, but it's impossible because he passed to get a more refined and updated, more newer version of Big L. You know, he's gonna sound like the old school Big L. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, it's going to be limited of, I believe, what they can actually put out for him. Raekwon, yeah, I'm going to take him in my third spot. Same thing happened with Big L is going to happen with Mobb Deep, right? Because Prodigy passed a long time ago as well. And I'm not sleeping on the De La Soul. I'm just saying. I don't know what that last one is. Checks and balances, man. Somebody let us know who that last one is. The epic return of who? Don't tell me no Fat Joe. Shout out to Fat Joe, but epic return of who? Yeah, checks and balances, man. Y'all gotta get up on that, man. Let me know who that is. All right. I'm done with my news topics. Okay. Anybody else at this point? If you want to drop. I got some shout outs to do. I got a movie question. I got a music question. And I got 3 little Instagram clips that I brought up that I was just like, man, let me just bring this to the stream. But yeah, we done with our news. It took us 1 hour and 15. Let me come back to the chat. Dog Pound 713. I'm gonna give you the win. Your super chat was $5. I said I would times it by 3. I owe you $15. DM me on IG. My IG is up here on the screen. What your Cash App is, and I'll get you your $15, homie. All right. I better not get a whole bunch of people DMing me now what their Cash App is. All right. Yo, send me proof that you're Dog Pound 713, matter of fact. Yeah, get out of here, y'all. Don't try to BS me on a Friday. New York, y'all got it. So much going on there. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. New York, y'all got it, man. I saw somebody smoke crack on the train before and all that. Like it's New York. You can see a lot in the subway systems. As far as those 2 guys that went through the turnstile together, back then it was common. Today, y'all are just paused that to death, right? So it just is what it is. Shout out to my man AB. I'm so humble and genuine with it, man. We've done that before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Me and my man AB, we did that. How old was we? We probably was like 15 at the time, AB. Was it that? And we did it at the turnstile for the Staten Island Ferry. And if you remember the Staten Island Ferry, it's probably the same right now, right? They have a little mini police precinct in the Staten Island Ferry as well. So this is even before Metro cards, I think, right? It might have still either been tokens or I forget. But we went through the turnstile at the same time to get a 2-for-1 type of deal. And because I'm the one that put the money in first and I walked through first, immediately he got tapped on the shoulder. So I turn around and there's a cop walking him to the precinct. And I was like, damn, dog. And he just turned around and give me that look like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, damn, like they had no reason to take me. It's just like he paid and he was first through, and they grabbed my man AB. AB, I know you remember that, man. And I still continue with the trip because it's just like, what are you gonna do? I still went to the city, like, damn, they got my dog. You know what I'm saying? I think they let him out, probably with some bullshit, whatever. He was good, but yeah, New York, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. Did y'all ever see this? This is insane. Shout out to my man Tate that DM'd me this.
I've been to some crazy places before, but this has to be up there as one of the craziest. This is a cemetery. These are all mausoleums dedicated to cartel bosses in Culiacan, Sinaloa. These aren't houses. These are mausoleums, tombs, like the tombs of Egypt for the pharaohs, except these hold the narco kingpins, and each one built larger to one up
Look at
their
them.
competitors.
Look at
It truly is unbelievable. The amount of money that the cartel makes.
Look at
They have so much money, they don't even know what to do with it. To the point where they build $1 million mansions to be buried in. Monuments to some of the most evil people that have ever walked the earth. Here in Sinaloa,
insane.
Mexico. All propped up.
What? Look at that.
By a government that's as corrupt as they are.
Look at the door. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. If I was there, I would visit that. Just as a spectator. Like, I would visit that, but do you see that? Like, these are, it looks like a rich neighborhood. They're building $1 million plus mansions. Like, that bugged me out when I saw that. The internet will always remind you haven't seen everything. Every chance it takes, man. Every day I throw my fucking phone or somebody DM, I'll be like, shit, just when you thought you saw it all. Last but not least, y'all, I'll just ask the question. How much for you to do this? Right. So this is how rock climbers sleep on multi-day ascents. So like ascending is on your way down, right? Okay. All right. Okay. Oh shit. Yo. That looks like the worst one. Wow. On a clip. Wow. How much? How much? How much? 5 million to sleep, take a nap in any of those that we showed? 5 million? A nap in any of those that we showed, 5 million. Oh, feedback. I see what you're saying in the feedback in the chat. I mean, it's true what you just said. There was no black people in these pictures. That's true. But yeah, Jay, like, you couldn't pay me to do it. Yo, $1 billion, AR, go ahead and just a 5-hour nap. Nah, I'm cool. Keep your 5 billion. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Yeah, y'all insane. All right. Movies, music, and shout outs. Let me do my shout outs real quick. So I meant to do this. I meant to do this the other day, but since we're in Friday long stream news mode, shout out to All Flavors, man. All Flavors, sent me some stuff. They sent me the blue joint. That's dope. All Flavors, right? Or the navy blue joint. They sent me the royal blue joint. That's fire. And they sent me the all red joint. All Flavors in the back. The quality of these hats is good too. It's good quality. I appreciate y'all for that. They sent me a bunch of sent me looks like a gift card. Sent me like a card. This looks like another one. Yeah, gift card. Man, it's dope, man. I appreciate y'all. Bunch of stickers they sent over. And this one right here. This was dope, y'all. I'm gonna read this to y'all, man, out of appreciation and always an honor to see stuff like this and get stuff like this. To ARP, I've followed battle rap since before YouTube had ads. Damn, that's a long time ago. A similar story shared by a lot of fans from the DVD era. RBE provided an outlet for not only rappers but fans to enjoy the sport we love without compromise of integrity and marginalization of the craft. Your whole team, but you especially as the spokesman for the brand, have inspired and set an example for bettering yourself within an established world and pioneering groundbreaking events emerging as a pillar in the history of successful entrepreneurship. Thank you for supporting creatives. You provide the fuel to keep us moving. Sean from All Flavor. Appreciate that, homie. That's so dope. That is so dope. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor. That's one of the best vibes and feelings towards just being an entrepreneur and being a creator and being a provider and just being in the space and being a helper and contributing to hip hop, not just battle rap. I look at it like being on the hip hop timeline. It's an honor because me being a hip hop baby. So when I meet people and it's that type of stuff, it's just like sometimes you don't realize the impact that you've had or the things that you provided or the way people look at you. Like I get these reminders all the time, and it's always like a wild honor. I bump into somebody and they're like, yo, AR, man, you helped my nephews or you helped my kids or you helped me and you did this. Or, I'm just like, damn, son. I might get a DM. Hey, man, that last stream you did, I was holding out on pushing a button on a move, but y'all just made this business move now. Like it's an honor, man. It's an honor. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of way that we want to live, man, as much as possible. None of us are perfect, including me, but I'd rather this than the alternative. You know what I'm saying? So, and also I got to give a shout out to Soul. What is this again? Soul Over Gold. Yeah, Soul Over Gold. That's dope. SAC, Soul Over Gold. Soul Over Gold. They sent me this one too. Soul Over Gold. Nice joint. Appreciate that. Tag still hanging. Nobody wore my shit, right? Soul Over Gold, a joint that goes in the car. Okay. Y'all got the soul. Y'all give me the whole outfit, huh? You want me to walk down the beach completely soul over gold out? The socks. What looks like another joint for the car. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. And it looks like the t-shirt. The soul over, I see it right here on the chest. The soul over gold. Is there anything on the back? Let me double check real quick. Is there anything on the back? Oh, this material is thick as hell. Oh, there is something on the back. Wow. Yes, I needed to open this. Fire. So shout out to Soul Over Gold as well, man. If y'all end up posting any of this, please at me, man. Let me share it as well, man. We got to support each other. I always appreciate the support, and I always appreciate the appreciation. And I fuck with y'all, and that's why I do stuff like this on the stream. So clip it, man. Put it on your IG, man. Let's always support each other, man. I appreciate it. All right. Quick question, chat. If you had to watch one movie tonight, one pick, what would it be? Would it be Inception, or would it be Man on Fire? I'll tell you this. This girl, I forget her name. Does it say her name here? What is this girl's name again? I don't know her name, but this little girl is one of the best child actors you will ever see. This girl is incredible. And the premise and the plot of this movie is incredible. I might give Man on Fire a classic rating. Inception, I mean, does Leonardo ever take bad movies, bad roles? He doesn't water himself down too much, but when he comes out, you're going to get an Inception. You're going to get a Shutter Island. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like this is an incredible, I know there's parallels to The Matrix, but two classic movies. If y'all had to pick one, what we doing? Let's see. Oh, y'all scrolled up kind of fast. Hold on. All right. So the feedback says Inception. Chat. Inception. Yeah, The Professional. Inception. Shout out to Mr. Chilson. Man on Fire. Man on. MSM. Shout out to our member, says Inception. Misha's in the building. She said never seen You just ruined the stream. You just ruined it. You just ruined it. You never see this session. So then your answer for today, if you got movie time, is come on, man. My members be on point more than that, man. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. All right. Please, by the time we get back here Monday or something, please, and we will be live tomorrow on Sunday, but please, figure that out. Figure that out. I got a homie that once upon a time he told me he never saw Troy. I almost walked away from him. All right, last but not least, y'all. Pick one if you can. Chocolate Factory, the R double disc, TP2.com. Now, I'm doing that because R. Kelly's name is all over the place lately, right? I've been talking about R a lot. I've been seeing them in the news headlines. They're doing the Mount Rushmores. I saw one that had Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Usher, and R. Kelly. Then I seen another one with R. Kelly off of it. And Lil Boosie responded to that. Like, how dare y'all? This is blasphemy to take R. Kelly off of any Mount Rushmore. But, Chilsa says none. Misha's mad at me. If you had to choose one, you know what I'm saying? Now, the Mount Rushmore debate, I'm not going to bring that to the stream right now. Some people might feel personal about that. But, hey, I didn't start that whole debate that's going around Instagram right now. I didn't start that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start that. Likewise, G. Yeah, don't be late for work, man. We done. We out of here. I did see a TP2.com vote right here. I see a tie, TP2 and Chocolate Factory. Either way, can't go wrong. Oh, damn. Nobody's put the R? I see a TP2 here from Deep Bizzle. Nobody put the R double disc with half on a baby and all that? Over your body. Na, 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 na. Over your always down low. I'm gonna bring it up. Since we feel in love, I'm trying to set it off. And on that rule, check it into you. And the things you do. Somebody gonna clip me. Let me chill. Damn. Take a leap over the prom. Odd is over TP2.com. I think it is. I think R might be over TP2.com, y'all. I know TP2.com give you Fiesta and all that type of shit, but I don't know. I'm gonna get out of here like this in case anybody gets mad at me. Jay, if you clip me, then I gotta find out a way to get revenge. It's all good. All right. Controversial for y'all, some of y'all. But the greatest R&B album of all time, across every R&B artist, the greatest R&B album ever created and released is I'm sorry. I'm leaving.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.